steak pot pie, but we're going to do it in a crock pot. This is a great recipe, especially if you want to go ahead and get it started early in the morning before you go to work. Go ahead and get this part started and then finish it off when you want to get home. Let's go ahead and get started. We've got a 1.5 pound chuck roast here. It's got a lot of marbling in it, so it's getting a lot of flavor. We're going to go ahead and get rid of all that extra fat, or the extra gristle that's on the outside of it. And we're going to cut it into 1-inch squares. We have got 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in a skillet. We're going to sear this off before we stick it in our crock pot. We're also going to place 1 medium chopped onion. Alright, almost got this all chopped. Once we get it chopped, we're going to sprinkle 1 teaspoon of pepper and 1 teaspoon of salt on top of it and give it a nice rub in. This is a really good comfort dish. And it's really easy, especially considering you can do half of it when you get home, half of it is cooking while you're at work. We preset our crock pot on high. It's going to cook 4 hours on high or 8 hours at low. Alright, we've got those all cut into our pieces. Get that out of the way. Alright, spread this out. Over here we've got mixed up our salt and pepper. We're going to rub that into our meat. Then we have some nice flavoring. The only thing that we're going to do in the oil is we just want to give it a nice crust on the outside of the meat. It's going to help seal in those juices as it cooks. Alright. I'm going to take that and just rub it on our cutting board, making sure we get all that salt and pepper on there. Alright, we're going to go ahead and stick it in our pan. Alright, our olive oil looks like it's beginning to get a little glossy, so we're going to go ahead and put our meat in here. You can hear that sizzle. All we're looking to do is give it a nice little browning on the outside, a little crust. Now, this looks like a lot of meat, but it's actually going to cook down quite a bit. When we're finished, what we're going to do is we're going to put this in 4 1-cup little crock pots, which is really kind of cool. I guess the correct term is a crock pot. It should be oh, I can't read it. That's a little Dutch oven. You would think with as much cooking experience as I have, I would not mix those two up. But I go ahead and leave that on there. I get that nice little crust. Let these onions cook down just a little bit. Alright, this is beginning to brown. We're going to go ahead and give it a nice stir. See that nice little brown crispiness on the edge? Alright. We got to turn our little fans on, otherwise we're going to have our fire alarms go off. Which, if you cook with me, you know that happens often. Alright, we'll let that cook for just 2 more minutes. Alright, it looks like our meat is now done. We're going to go ahead and now add this into our crock pot. Alright, we use these nice little liners. The liners are great because it keeps it from us having to wash that as much. We're going to go ahead and strain this out. We have one of these nice little fractions that got the holes in it. We want to make sure that we drain all the grease off of it. Add this to our This meat smells really yummy. And as usual, I make a mess. Alright. Looks like we got almost everything out of there. Alright, to that, we're now going to add 1 medium potato, and we've diced that potato again into 1-inch squares. We're we're going to add 1.5 cups of beef stock. We're going to create a slurry, and in that slurry we got 1/2 cup of water, and we're going to place in 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Get those mixed together. Give that a nice mix. Make sure you get all the lumps out of that. It's going to help thicken it as it cooks. Want to make sure that you get all that cornstarch dissolved though. That's good. Then we're going to add 1/4 of a cup of Worcestershire sauce. I can't pronounce it. All right, very well. I'm going to pour that in there. We're going to give that a nice stir. Get everything mixed in very well. We're going to put the lid on this. We're going to cook it on high for 4 hours. All right, it's just been about 4 hours. We're going to go ahead and lift this up. We're just going to stir that a little bit, not very much. It smells absolutely amazing. That gravy has become a lot thicker. We're now going to take 1 cup of mixed frozen vegetables. And we're going to stick that in there. I'll stir, and we're going to put the lid back on it, and we're going to cook it for another 20 minutes. All right, our mixer has been cooking for roughly 4 hours and 20 minutes. We're going to take these mini Dutch ovens, and we're going to put some of this sauce in there with the meat. We have a link below showing you where you can get some of these Dutch ovens. It's similar to what these are. We're going to start off by putting our meat and our vegetables in first. We're only going to fill that. We're not going to fill them quite to the top, so we're just going to kind of about 2/3. We're going to place them on a sheet pan for ease of putting in and out of the oven. There. We've preheated our oven to 400 degrees, and we're getting ready to get some puff pastry. We're going to take that puff pastry and we're going to stick it on top. Take a look at this. Look how gorgeous that looks on the inside. Doesn't that look really good? Take a look at that. We're going to go ahead and place a little pat of butter on each one, just a little bit of cut. We're taking roughly 2 tablespoons. We're going to do 1/2 tablespoon each. We put steak on butter a lot. I mean, yeah, butter on steak, I should say. So why not add a little richness to our pot pie here. All right, we're going to go ahead and go get our fuel done. All right, what we've done, we put a little flour out here. We've got our dough out, our puff pastry. Now our puff pastry has to be cold, so whenever you're working with puff pastry. We did rolled it out just a little bit to make it a little bit thinner. We're taking our lid, we've actually went around the edge of the lid. And we're going to put that in our bowls. After we put that in our bowl, we're just going to barely press that down the top like this to make sure it's down there. And because we want that topping at the very top of the meat. We want the dough, and then we're going to put a low split to let the steam come out. All right, we've got the oven set at 400 degrees. We're going to bake these for roughly 15 minutes. Let's take a look at these. All right. They look absolutely delicious, and let's put them in the oven. 15. All right, we actually ended up cooking about 20 minutes. Take a look at those. Those smell delicious. They look gorgeous. If you enjoy recipes like these, please take a moment to like and subscribe to our page, and we hope you enjoy this recipe.